The Fate of Heroes, starring Patrick, Devin, Rob, Tamara, and John as the Game Master.
And welcome back to The Fate of Heroes, and let's start by introducing our players, starting with Tamara.
Hi, I'm Tamara, and I play Leelui and Jacob, who are currently causing complete and utter chaos, as usual.
Yeah, as usual, yes. Webby.
Hi, everybody. I'm Webby, and I play Lincoln Palmer, and I'm probably bleeding out of my nose and eyes right now.
And Devin.
I'm Devin, and I play CJ and Saif.
And Rob.
I'm Rob, and I play Alex.
And last time we had a bit of an issue where Leelui decided to Leelu and wandered off while the boys went to talk to the magistrate, and basically the magistrate kind of acted all medieval on them. Meanwhile, Leelui ended up taking a trip with, as it turned out, an Irish pirate who then tried to rob her, and when she tried to fly away, claimed she was a witch and hit her with his sword and broke her wing, and she crashed into the river, and then she tried to toaster strudel her way out rather than trying to swim her way out of that. And then ended up toaster strudeling into a monk's bedroom, at which point she then toaster strudeled again and ended up in Cornwall, England, instead of northern France, wherein she is currently, after having a phone call, sort of, with Jacob, or a Jacob mail, as it was called, has informed the others of her predicament. They have gone to go see Gerald, and that's where we're at the present time. So you guys enter into the church, and Gerald looks up at you all and says, "So, I think I'm ready. Are you all ready?"
Listen, can this run on one character short there, Jerry?
What do you mean?
So, there were 4 of us, right? Now I count 3 of us, because we're down 1. Does this thing still work?
He gives off the biggest sigh you've ever heard, and he's like, "The math alone, I'll have to recalculate everything in order to be accurate."
Oh, weighing that versus, leaving here. Go get her with somebody who knows you in Cornwall? Oh,
you've met her. Or she's met her, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, that would be Helen. She lives in Cornwall, and he says you will need to go towards the coast, and he kind of rummages through his stuff, and he pulls out a map, and he says, I don't know how you're going to get there, but...
just point it out. Which one is it?
Okay. So he shows you basically from the edge of where you're at now, and then points across the English Channel to the other side of England, to Cornwall, and says she lives in a farm around this area.
All right, guys.
Helen? Another Anua?
Yeah. Yes, she is my betrothed.
You guys talked this out.
She lives near Truro in Cornwall.
Well, I'll be back. I slowly meander out of the ship.
Okay.
And then I will do my fast travel.
Okay. You take off. This doesn't take as long as you crossing the United States. Within about an hour and a half, you are to the southern coast of England, and you make landfall not too far away from Plymouth, and then head towards Truro.
I do all those things.
Mm-hmm. And as you are traveling down a road, you will find a little farmhouse. Outside of it, you will see Leelui standing around with Helen, who is calmly trying to get Leelui to help her with the chores.
I will walk down the driveway or down the path or whatever towards the farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Just like every so often kicking a rock off into the side, and that's all. Just taking my time getting to the house.
Right. Back in France, are you guys doing anything specific, or you're just...
I would show CJ the journal and say, I don't suppose either you or Saif knows how to read Klingon.
Like actual Klingon, or are you being facetious?
No, it's actual Klingon.
My head hurts already. Let's make a roll and figure out if I can read Klingon.
Okay. It's a
Why
clever
not?
roll. Because, hey, you know.
I am pretty clever, so we shall see. Bam. And clever roll. Here we go. First roll of the night.
Woohoo! It's a 2. You know how to read some of it for reasons who knows why.
Kind of Star Trek.
Yep. You can read what Alex has read so far.
I'll fill him in on what I can read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's as much as I got. I'm gonna look at Gerald and say, nah.
What is Klingon, he says. When you squint at him.
It's a future language. I can show him, see, I doubt you can read it.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I can barely read English. Are you kidding me? He squints at that, and then he goes back to his calculations, and he says, the one thing I will warn you about, he says, one thing I'm concerned with is we had an incident not long back where, well, not an incident, let me try it again. There was, when I do these calculations, I mean, I'm basing this off of a guess, right? Nobody I know does this. So be aware that there can be flaws, but hopefully this will help.
Well, I mean, we've never really ended up where we were going. So as long as it gets us in the right direction, any amount, good by us. I mean, we had Gilgamesh give us directions for calculations, so...
Gilgamesh, wow. That's impressive.
It's been an interesting couple of months.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they don't even know who a Gilgamesh is around here, so don't bring that up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not common knowledge. Meanwhile, Leelui, Helen has basically got you out, and she's like, okay, you have to step in this bucket right here. It smells foul. In the bottom of it is some wool. And she's like, tromp on that. You apparently need to be kept busy.
But it's stinky.
I don't care. We have to bleach it. It's the only way.
Fine.
And make sure you take your socks off and all of your other... Or not socks off. Make sure you lift
socks?
Yeah, I was about to say. Make sure you lift your robes so you don't tread into it.
Yeah, I got my pretty ones underneath. I don't want to ruin them.
Indeed.
So she, hikes it way up and ties it in a knot.
Helen looks at you and says, okay, just be
Because I
careful.
don't know how to gird my loins, so...
Fair enough. And she says, here, just a second. And she shows you how to do a better version of that, basically girding your loins. And then says, this is probably the best way to do it. So, in you go. Have fun.
Okay.
Stomp that weight into that wool.
Lincoln
Zombies.
Lincoln is watching this, and he waits until just after she steps into to whistle and wave to them both.
Oh, hello.
You must be Helen, I'm presuming.
Yes, Helen Stackhouse.
You did that on purpose.
Did what?
You know
Splush,
what.
splush, splush.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm.
You get to suffer for it. You get to live with me being stinky with you. See? And she picks up her foot and sticks it near your nose.
Oh.
Listen, I spent the summer living with hippies. This isn't any.
I don't know. That's a pretty powerful urine smell. You just got in your foot.
Don't worry about it.
By the way, is Jacob still humming the theme song to Cheers?
Yes, he is. It's making her grouchy.
She's stomping in tune.
Yeah. So, after stomping for a while, Helen goes into her cottage, comes out with another basin, pours some water into it, and puts what looks to be some very rough-looking soap in there, and she says, clean your feet now. Thank you, you're done.
Okay. Everybody knows your name.
Helen, I don't mean to ask. Would I be able to get some water while she cleans her feet? Very parched. I ran a very long distance.
Absolutely. Let me go fetch that for you. Or would you like a beer instead?
What? Yeah.
It's
Sure.
probably healthier for you anyway.
Yeah.
And she wanders in and grabs you an ale and brings it out and hands it to you.
Heck yeah, the alcohol will kill all the bacteria this way. All right. I start downing the ale.
Yeah, what do you think they drank it? Okay. And you're all clean there, Leelui. And she folds her arms and looks at you and says, okay, so you're taking her back to Gerald now, are you?
Yeah. Are you ready there, potential... I don't even want to go down this road with you right now. Just, let's go.
Potential future great-granddaughter-in-law. Jeez.
Yeah, that one. Okay. I hold my arm out.
Helen looks at you both, says, take care of yourselves. Tell Gerald I await for him to be here in the next couple of months.
Well, do you want to come and say hi to him? You could come with us.
It would be awkward if my family found me missing.
Okie dokie.
Plus, it's hard to explain how I got there.
Everyone just says, call it Leelui.
That's all well and good for you, but it doesn't normally take you days, weeks, months to go somewhere.
It's taking us forever on this trip.
Well, that's...
It's not your day, your week, your month, or even your year. I'll be there for you. I grab Lilo and...
They're gone.
Bye!
And you guys disappear and cross the ocean, or the English Channel, and you are back in France. Boom. It has been effectively 3 hours from the time Lincoln left.
Hi, guys. I put my feet in stinky stuff, see?
That's soap. At least.
I walk over to Jerome and him the empty ale tankard, and I say, you might want to bring this back to Helen. I forgot to give it back to her.
Okay, sure. Are you all ready now to go?
Yes.
I could use a nap. I'm tired.
No.
You nap in the future.
Yeah.
Nap on the way there.
Fine.
Nap in the car, young lady. He looks at you all and says, okay. And, why are you rolling clever?
Oh dear.
Devin?
That was for the see if you can read Klingon.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
like-
I think what it is people start to type, then they stop, and I think something's new there.
I haven't touched my keyboard.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys are brought down again to the basement. He then takes basically a piece of coal and then draws an outline on the wall and says, okay, what you're going to want to do is you want to target where you're going. It's a mental thing. But I'm sure if you... And then he points at a couple things and maths a bunch and then talks about theories and gets to the basic point of if you just basically put in your mind where you're trying to go, and that should help you get there, hopefully. Good luck, Godspeed, and I hope you get back to where you're going. And he steps away.
Okay.
Thank you for your help, Gerard.
You're welcome. I'm glad to see that we still have impact on the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's got to start this off because if I super speed us, and we're going to impact a whole different way.
I mean, do you think we're not all thinking of the same place?
I am thinking of Olaf's Pizza.
What's an Olaf's Pizza?
Don't worry about it. It's the best place on Earth.
Well, see, that's the problem. Leelui, are you picturing New Saint City, or are you picturing your ship when you try to think about the future?
Don't think about your ship.
Ship. It's home.
That
Everybody
ship-
says to think about home. That's home.
And I'm thinking about my family. What about you, CJ?
New Saint City.
Yeah, it's 2 out of 4, so 3
We
out of
win.
4.
3 out of 4.
I don't know where Alex is.
I don't think Alex is from New Saint City, is he?
Yeah. Well, no, not
he is.
originally, but they moved
No.
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
That's 3 out of 4. So, Leelui, you got to think of New Saint City.
All I remember about New Saint City is a bubble.
What?
Well, I think that might be part of the problem we're having.
Wait, you remember my kitchen, right? Couldn't you see through your hole? Didn't you see my kitchen?
What kitchen?
The one where you grabbed me and pulled me through my kitchen wall?
I pulled you out of your kitchen wall?
Yes.
All she
I
saw
was
a floor and a hole.
trying to go for it was a floor in the hole in the ship, and I was trying to get Red Skeleton.
Well, didn't happen. You got me through my kitchen wall.
But I don't know what your kitchen wall looks like.
Slight impasse.
Tell us more about this bubble you remember of New Saint City.
I don't know that everything's going boom and bang and outside of it. And then we were on the ship.
Oh, that's the beach,
We were on the beach?
I think.
I don't know.
I think that's maybe what you were. Where you were? Was there sand and water?
There was booms and bangs and
That was me blowing up the bad guy on the beach.
Not that
But-
one.
If I think about that, won't we
Okay.
accidentally end up at the battle? Or in the booms and bangs?
Keeping in mind that Leelu's only experience with New Saint City was the end of season 1.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we could all focus on the person we all know. What about...
Here, easy solution. We all think of home, and Leelui, you focus on your great granddad right here.
Wouldn't that put us in Russia?
No, theoretically, it should just put you with him and then him with us.
I don't think it works that way.
Then think about me, because I love New Saint City and I love Olaf's Pizza.
I'm not sure that'll work either, because you're here with us. What about... Did you ever meet my sister, Leelui?
Who's your sister?
Nope, never mind. Your great aunt, I guess.
I got it. No, wait, I got it. This, Leelui, this is going to be the most difficult thing you've ever had to do, but you have to do this if we have any chance of getting home. Do you understand?
Do I understand what? You never said what.
Do you understand how important it is what I'm about to tell you?
Okay.
You don't think about anything. You blank your mind. Think about nothing. Let us do the work.
But nothing is a
got it.
black hole.
Got it. No, don't think about that. Don't.
What about Zoe? We all know Zoe.
I know old Zoe.
That'll work. Whatever. I'll be closer. If we get to the future, an accident, they'll have a better means of getting us back here.
Jacob has an idea.
Jacob,
He could read your
slapped,
mind
have you
and
slapped
get an
Leelui yet?
image. And no, I'm not letting him slap me. But he says he could read one of your minds and get an image. And
Not it. I touched my finger to my nose.
Just read mine.
Have you ever been there?
Yes.
All right, you're not safe. Okay.
There we go.
Or not.
Oh, God.
All right.
I cannot roll today.
Can I assist?
Yeah, sure.
What do you want me to roll?
Clever.
There.
There you go.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god.
You get a vision of New Saint City as seen by CJ. All right.
Okie dokie, let's try that.
Okay. So, you guys get your vision in your heads. You prepare. You do your normal process to try and send yourself along on your way. And then you trigger the whole thing. You will feel yourself pulled into the portal. As that happens, CJ,
Mm-hmm.
you'll feel Saif separate from you for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you are standing in a room by yourselves. And he is looking at you quizzically. And he says, "Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?"
good, you?
Yeah, all right. I'm not quite sure why we're in this situation, but can I hazard a guess that this is not where we're meant to go? And he looks around and he points at a series of what look to be computer banks on the side of the wall. And he says, in fact, there's a bunch of panels on the wall with all the electronics lights flashing. And he says, this looks like my home. Or at least, not my home, but where we were last. This is confusing. And kind of cool. And not completely clear. Because... And he looks around and looks back at you and says, nobody else is here.
I look around. That seems to be a correct assumption. I knew going home was too good to be true.
Since we're here anyway, do you want to get a cocoa?
Sure.
Cool. I could use something. And he wanders out. As he does, you'll see his outfit shift into the little stocking cap and robe. And he walks past a sleeping Leelui. And then he kind of looks at her for a second and says, "Why do I feel like I just talked to her? This is really weird." And after he sort of mutters to himself, he walks further into the ship and goes into the kitchen, and he's like, "How do you like your drink?"
Heavy on the cocoa and heavy on the whipped cream.
All right. Awesome. And he stirs it all up for you and gets it all ready, and he says, this just doesn't seem right. I don't know what it is. It's like timey, wibbly, wobbly, blagadoo. But since we're here anyway, let me show you something that I could do. Maybe you can do it too, since you've got me inside you. And he says, "Come here. This is where I used to stay in the ship. And there's a friend I want you to meet." And he takes you into his cabin, and he points at Bernard. Is it Bernard? Is that the name of the rock guy?
No, it's Benson.
Benson, that's right. He points at what's left of Benson. And he then tells you how he went about making Benson, and gives you some ideas and says, as far as I'm concerned, if I miss Benson, it'd be nice to have him back again. But if you ever need him, here. And he picks up the rock and he hands it to you. Start with that. That's the best part of him anyway.
Got it.
And he's like, "So I don't quite know what's going on, but hey, we'll see." And he sits down and he starts drinking his hot chocolate, and eventually everything fades to black. No, he does not, Lincoln. And Leelui, you awake in a forest.
Oh boy.
It is cold.
Oh
really,
dear.
Really cold.
Okay. Good thing she's got double ropes on, but still.
You hear someone calling your name. And
Does this voice sound familiar at all?
it gets very insistent. And it is very female. And it is very familiar.
Mom?
Indeed.
Mom?
Leelui, Jacob, Rasputin, Warner, get over here.
Jacob? You there?
Jacob is there, and he kind of goes, "I don't know what's going on."
Is she still barefoot?
Uh-huh.
Oh dear.
You're still in the same clothes you were in.
I just couldn't remember if I was wearing sandals or anything.
Oh, well, you have. Oh, yeah, that's true. You would have been given clothes in France, so you'd be wearing those. They'd be tolerable. It would be freezing cold, though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, do you know where we are? Is that Mom?
It kind of sounds like it. I mean, she's calling her name.
Okay. Mom?
Leelui, where are you?
I don't know. Where am I?
Come here, right now.
Where's here?
Through the forest, you silly girl. In front of you.
Okie dokie.
Just follow my voice. It'll be okay.
She starts attempting to do that.
Okay, so she kind of wanders her way through the forest. It's very snowy. It is cold and dark. It is probably about minus 10 Celsius. And she is standing... Your mother is standing there. She's got a parka on. It is fur. And she is wearing what looked to be drawn muckalucks. And she's like, look, I'm wearing the things you drew me.
I drew those?
Yeah, silly. Just yesterday, remember?
Where are we?
We're in Russia. Don't you remember? We escaped. Grampy got us to escape the lab.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh? What did you do, Leelui?
Well, that was like, I don't know, 30, 40-ish something years ago?
You're 6 years old, young lady. What are you babbling about?
No, I'm not.
You very much are. Come here.
No, I'm not.
She puts her hand out.
I'm not 6 years old, and she's going to look down at herself.
You are very much 6 years old.
Uh-oh. Jacob? What's going on?
I don't know, Leelui. I think you messed up.
You're the one that was putting the image in there.
I just did what you told me to do. I don't know. I didn't mean
I don't want to be
here.
6 again.
I don't know. I don't know.
Ah.
And her mom's like, are you going to take my hand or what?
I guess.
Come along, young lady. And she leads you back towards the house. The house with chicken legs. And you see your Grammy. She is laughing at something that's been said to her from inside the house. And she walks out and says, oh, there's my little Leelui. How are you doing, babe?
Baba Yaga?
Yes, my dear.
Is that Chuk Chuk?
Of course. What?
I think I need to talk to Grampy.
Okay. He's inside, dear.
Okie dokie.
As you walk in, the old fella is sitting there with his back to you, still chuckling to himself a bit.
Grandpa Raspy. I messed up.
Did the Klingon fool you?
Future you is a crafty jerk.
Ah, sweetheart. You have such a long way to go still.
Why am I 6?
It's only temporary.
Well, yeah. But it better not be like 30, 40 years temporary.
He chuckles, a very familiar sounding chuckle. And he laughs at you and says, so many things to tell you, but I'm afraid you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer, my dear.
Jacob's mad at you right now, too.
I'm sure he is. That's okay. That, too, will be decided soon.
She's gonna stomp her foot in a very 6-year-old fashion. Fix it!
I wish I could, sweetheart. But you're helping me at this point. And he stands up and he looks down at your littler frame and he says, just remember to portal the body at the right moment. Okay? Can you do that for me?
She's gonna glare at him as only a 6-year-old can glare.
And he leans over, he kisses you on the forehead and says, "Don't worry, it'll all be you'll figure it out soon enough. Oh, do me a favor, would you?"
What?
When you see Henry, tell him he's a butt.
You're a butt.
He smiles. "Oh, you don't even know the half of it, babe."
If
And
by
he's-
portal to body you mean push myself through a portal and abandon my friends, you better not be meaning that, because that made me really mad, and I was mad at Lincoln for a really long time because he was the only one that survived, and I...
Oh, no, my dear. No, you're going to meet Henry soon. He's an interesting fellow. He definitely has his own opinions. Let's just put it that way. But you should call him a butt. I'm just telling you.
I'm calling you a butt. Butt. Grandpa butt.
He giggles and says, "It's okay. Don't worry. Oh, one more thing. Tell Alex that he needs to make sure that Emma knows what he's doing, and she's going to be here to help him soon. Okay? Thanks.
Portal, body, Henry, butt, Emma, good.
Something like that. Sure.
Okay.
You'll figure it out. I'm sure I have faith in you, dear."
Grandpa butt.
He taps the
Raspy
side of his
butt.
head. It's all
Raspy
up
butt.
here. You're a raspy butt.
You're a raspy butt.
He giggles.
Chook chook, jump!
And the whole house jumps. And as it jumps up,
So there.
and as you say, so there, you find yourself falling, and you land on the ground. You have kind of bit a bit of dirt and a bit of sand, and you look up, and there is ocean in front of you, and a whole pack of boats coming into the shore, and in the distance is a massive sailboat, or not a sailboat, but a sailing ship. And beside you is a sleeping CJ, and Lincoln and Alex are standing watching this happen.
Just kind of gonna look around, look up to the sky. Getting sick of that. And then she's gonna kind of poke CJ. Where'd you go?
He pats himself down. Does he have the rock?
He does, in his top pocket.
I think I went to your ship.
Of course, you get to go to the ship. My Grandpa Raspy's a butt, by the way.
Hey,
I know, Jalix.
You are a future butt.
just kind of shrugs.
He said something about a Henry, and I said to call him a butt, and he said, something about an Emma. She good? And then there was something about a body.
Well, I mean, the journal
You
already
said
told me
rather.
Emma was good. About a body.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Is
Grandpa's a
that
butt. You're a butt.
okay?
Buddy butt Butterson. McButter. Raspy butt. Alex butt. Butt.
Oh, I don't. I can't argue. I suppose.
Listen, we're just happy you guys finally woke up.
Finally. What do you mean?
It's been 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't.
You're messing with us.
We've had to change you like so many times.
It hasn't been 7 days.
You are a butt.
Meanwhile, these little ships or little rowboats are coming into land. A young man who is about middle height. He's about 5'9". He's got a fairly strong chin, and he's got quite the beard on him. He looks over at you all and says, what are you doing here? Where's me Welsh allies?
Oh, God.
And with that, we're going to have to find out what happens next time.
John's a butt.
I think we have to have you edit a lot right now, John.
Oh, I'm aware. All right. So,
You
where
had to bring the Welsh in, huh?
I was always going to come in at some point. You knew that.
You couldn't have just left that one alone one time.
You just
It's
got my
Italian.
hopes all up that we're finally going to make it back to the future, and now we're not. I'm just defeated. I got an investor for like 5 seconds, and I was like,
Lincoln,
"Oh, no."
Lincoln gives up.
I told you, man. I should just left me where I was. I was happy.
They can be happy with the Welsh. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. All right.
They make grape juice, I hear.
Sure. All right. So.
Well, Welsh is grape juice.
Oh, good grief. All right. Just for that, you're going first. Rob, where can we find you online?
You can find me on Twitch at ConfessorX and on Twitter at Confessor_X.
And Devin.
You can find me on John's a Butt.
.com. Anywhere else?
.com, .org, .net, whatever.
John's a butt. Hashtag gaming.
Gov.
Tamara.
You can find me at Dancing Abyss on Twitch and Twitter. And Instagram.
And Webby.
You guys can find. I don't have anything good to say, so you guys can follow me on Twitter at Jax Forrest Walker.
Ooh, and if you'd like to chat with us, you can join our Discord.
That's true. We are on Discord.
And I won't chat.
Mm.
Very antisocial when people are around.
That's a lie, and we all know that.
Yeah, you're like 5th place on that chatting thing.
BS. I better not be.
You're just below me. I know. And
I'm in like last place. And I take pride in that. I think I'm in last place.
I don't know. I don't know if you've
'Cause
commented
Devin hates
enough.
all of us.
It's kind of true.
See?
Especially after this. Anyway.
Yup.
All right. So until next time, everyone, thank you very much.
I stayed up to midnight and there's no payoff.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
agree.
I'm
Except
sorry.
for next episode,
Uh-huh.
I can guarantee you Lincoln's going to be wearing a Welsh history t-shirt.
I'm just
I am going to
point.
selflessly promote you the entire time during this Welsh arc.
You know what I'm going to do the entire time?
Plug after plug.
I'm going to destroy history. At this point, I've given up on being a history defender. I'm destroying
a
history.
special Welsh history episode with all the changes we've caused.
Yep.
I will tell you right now. Anyway, never mind. Until next time, everyone, you can catch us at distractionsmedia.com. You can find all the things that we do. Thank you, everyone. Take care and have yourselves.
Plug the Welsh history podcast. While
When's the last time you did a Welsh history podcast, John?
Yeah, I don't think we need to plug it now. You've covered it enough. All right. Until next time, everyone, take care.
If you haven't figured it out yet,
Bye.
John does a Welsh history podcast. Find it on Podbean and iTunes.
Thank you. Bye.
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 I quit.
This has been a Distractions Media production. For more information, you can check out everything we do at distractionsmedia.com.